Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for joining us. A team for TEF has joined us today in Awareness Month for Breast Cancer. We're very appreciative of you guys coming in from Dow and doing the session with AEG. AEG has the slogan of powering progress through travel, talent, and technology. We've been doing that since 1948. We believe in our people and their health and all of these prerogatives, and we're very lucky to have associations and institutes that bring that sort of initiative and awareness to these causes. This was from us. I am Amna, head of marketing from AG.
I'm Rida and I'm head of immigration. It's great to have you guys here today.
Thank you so much for inviting us. It will be great to talking about a theme that must be talked about, and thank you so much for.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you so much. So, without any further ado, I think we should really just get into it. We see that so many organizations, so many institutes really have started taking the initiative of conversing around this month. Why is it so important, and what really is it about?
Okay. So firstly, we are representatives from TEF, and TEF stands for Tumor Board Establishment Facilitation Forum, and we are a student-led initiative. We were founded in 2021, and the main aim is the establishment and the proper functioning of the multidisciplinary tumor boards. So we bridge the gap between students, the clinicians, and the oncology care that we provide. So currently we have 5 tumor boards working. So breast, ENT, pediatrics, gynecology, and colorectal. So this is the scope that we work on. So now talking about cancer, it's very important, and especially since we're celebrating or creating awareness about the breast cancer awareness. So breast cancer is the leading cause of death worldwide out of all the cancers. According to WHO statistics, there are 2.3 million people annually who are diagnosed with breast cancer, and out of them, there are around 670,000 deaths annually. In Pakistan, there are 1 in every 9 women who go through breast cancer. They're diagnosed with it.
So 1 in 9 is only the diagnosed ones.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
There are a lot of people who are not even diagnosed, who even don't ever see the doctor that they are having any problem. So these are some huge numbers, and I think, and we all of us think that the attention needs to be diverted to this. So in order to have some long-term solutions to these problems.
Given that this is very common in Pakistan, you just mentioned 1 in 9. That is also when it is diagnosed.
Yes.
We understand the diagnosis. Maybe there are like parts of it. There are stages of the cancer. Is early detection something we really should be focusing towards? How important is the factor of detecting it earlier on, and does it really change the outcome for patients?
Okay, so the early detection, it plays the major role in breast cancer detection. So because the thing is, the breast cancer in its early stages, it's asymptomatic, which means it does not show any signs, any symptoms. So we don't know what is happening. Okay, we need self-examinations, we need screenings in order to detect or identify the cases in the early stages. Because if we are able to identify them in the early stages, we can provide feasible, quick, and less invasive treatments to it. So it does make a huge difference, because once the disease progresses to the later stages, it then becomes very difficult, very painful, and then the mortalities also they are increasing if it is diagnosed in the later stages. So yes, it does play a huge role.
That makes sense. To also add to what Amna said, does it affect only women or are men also affected by breast cancer?
So there are a lot of myths and misinformation that leads to the misinformation, right? So if man has breast, then why they can't have breast cancer, right? Every organ that is working fine, it can lead to any malfunction, right? Malfunction. So yeah, men do get breast cancer, but they're quite rare.
Okay.
Like the stats were like 0.01%, but there is a fact, like men do get breast cancer. They have breast, they have estrogen, they get the breast cancer.
Right. Makes sense.
गेटिंग टू द फैक्ट दैट अभी आपने बताया कि इस एक सर्टेन डिजीज पे बहुत सारे मिसकंसेप्शंस एंड मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन भी है. इसी myths and misinformation पे अगर हम बात करें तो मुझे ये बताएं कि is it really just कि अगर किसी की family history है तो ही उसको आगे भी उसी family वाले लोगों की ही chain में चलते चली जाएगी ये disease it can affect really just anybody.
think family history makes you prone, makes you at high risk, but it's not the only reason why you get the breast cancer. For example, if my nano, my mother, my khala, they got the breast cancer, then I'm at the high risk. I can get the breast cancer, but that's not the only reason. So there are your own personal things, like for example, your increasing age. If I'm above 40, then there can be multiple reasons. I'm obese. I have
Okay.
sedentary lifestyles. I'm not like walking and physical inactive.
Okay.
This can also lead to the breast cancer.
All
And
right. So
it's-
even like weight का भी इसमें factor
Exactly.
है.
Lifestyle.
It's also related to their diet too. The people who used to eat the junk foods, they have like more. They are prone to obesity, and then obesity leads to breast cancer.
Speaking of things that can play a role in you developing breast cancer, does using powder and deodorants also play a part?
Okay, if talking scientifically, then there was a research that it was like exploring the causes of that was exploring the causes of breast cancer other than the genetics, right? Then they explored that the things that are used for personal hygiene, they don't lead to the breast cancer, but even unhygienic condition that lead to breast cancer. For example, that research lead to okay, there are people who don't even change their undergarments for like 2 to 3 months. That leads to infection leads to, of course, in the later stages, that infection can lead to breast cancer. So it's like unhygienic condition is also not directly related to, it's not the direct cause of the breast cancer, but indirectly the unhygienic condition can lead to breast cancer.
Okay, so
So like talcum
I've
powders
heard this so many times throughout my life, like using roll-ons or deodorants can, lead you towards having,
I think there was like a big thing around it,
right?
where a lot of like then organic deodorants and organic
Yes.
roll-ons, everything came into the picture. But I think that was just because they contained toxins, etc., which could lead to other skin disease, not
yes,
cancer.
that was
Oh,
yes,
okay.
infection do happens, but that infections are not directly and not 100% all the infection leads to breast cancer.
I understand.
There are things like talcum powder can lead to infection, but that's also
Correlation
depends
is
on-
not causation,
Yes,
is what you're trying
exactly.
to say, right?
And
It
that's
might
not-
happen, but it may be because of, a lead towards a disease, an additional disease which can
Mhm.
later transform
And then
towards
there's
a
not
cancer.
one thing that can lead to the breast
Right,
cancer
right, right.
development. There are multiple factors, and there's a whole package that leads to the formation.
I
Of
understand.
course, and there's always so
Yes.
many extraneous
Yeah,
variables.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you can make it a cause and
And
effect.
you know what,
relation.
personal like talcum powders and these things are not for everyone. Everyone has different skin types. Everyone can have. It's all depends on this too.
Right. So, given all of this, I also wanted to clarify. अगर pain हो रहा है तभी जाना है या you can feel the lump but there is no pain. Is that dangerous? But what is the situation then?
Okay, keep it as a practical. For example, if I place this glass at the edge of the table, what are the possibilities of falling it down?
Pretty high.
Pretty high, right? So if there is any abnormality, even if it's painless, then are there chances that it can develop into any other abnormality which cannot be cured later on, right? So if there is a lump that is painless, it is like most of the breast cancers are usually painless in their initial stages. They become painful later on. So
Right.
if there is a painless swelling, painless lump, or a simple a dimple too, even if there is a dimple too, that is also can be the first initial stages of the later on invasive breast cancers.
Okay.
Basically, prevention is better than cure.
And you'd rather
For
be
sure.
safe
For
than
sure,
sorry.
yeah,
You
so-
know,
For sure.
Screening.
that
Right,
makes sense. Does age play a role? Can
Yes.
young women also be diagnosed?
Okay, and now there again is the same thing, risk factor. If your family has a breast cancer, then you are at the higher risk, then you
Right.
can get at a younger age too.
Okay.
Whereas for the normal people who don't have any family history, and they are usually advised to go for the screening process after the age of 40 years. But of course, anybody at any age can get it, just like a
I understand. It's something it's really just. Is there like any there? I understand with any sort of cancer, there is really no direct causation, Vali ji.
Yes,
Is it
exactly.
really just that you really just don't know the exact cause of
Yes.
it, but there are multiple factors that can just trigger this off.
Yes. And so when we go into the genetics, then there are the direct causes as well.
Right.
When talking about the layman terminology, then we cannot say there is just one cause. There are many.
Because see, my mother is also a doctor. She says कि जब किसी डॉक्टर के पास बेटा सही जवाब नहीं होता, they say कि it's stress.
Stress is again a risk factor.
Because
when
stress
talking
is
about
it's not just about the brain, it's about your whole body. Your whole body gets into the malfunctioning, and
Because stress, it affects your immune system, and your immune system is the one responsible to fight against all those diseases and all those infections.
Next we'll do meditations.
Done. It would be so interesting with this whole office doing meditation.
Okay, so given you mentioned कि there is, if genetics plays a part in family history है, तो there are chances कि आप even at a younger age आपको हो सकता है, right? So what's the right age as early as possible to get start your screenings, mammograms and all that?
okay, for young ladies like me, like adolescents, the best age is to start now. You
Okay.
can just do the self-examination in front of a mirror. It won't gonna take more than 3 minutes. Like for me, it's like I am used to of it. It don't take more than 2 minutes for me. For a newbie, it's like 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
That 3 to 5 minutes can lead to early detection if you have.
Right.
Then, according to the WHO, the people said if you are 40 above,
Mhm.
you are at the risk of developing the cancer. Then you start the mammography, because not all the cancers usually present with a lump. Some presents with microcalcification too. There are
Oh,
minute changes. So those are usually detected on the mammography. It's a screening process.
Right.
So people normally who don't have any risk factor, they are advised to get the mammography after the age of 40,
Okay.
after every 1 or 2 years,
Okay.
depending on how your doctor prescribes you. But if your family has a breast cancer, you are at a higher risk, then WHO suggests to get the screening and mammography after the age of 30, after 1 year, after every 1 year.
Every 1 year. Right.
And starting from age 20, you can just start self-examination after you start year 20. And then women who decide not to have a child but they are of childbearing age, they are at a higher risk. And
Okay.
then women above 40, they are so very much at risk. So these are some.
So I think now we'd like to speak a little more about how workplaces and how your community can help in the support of causes like such. Whether they're obviously, in a circle where someone has breast cancer, someone could potentially be at the risk, or even if not, how they can help in a lot of different ways. So can you tell us how we as AEG can play a role in raising awareness?
Okay, so whenever we talk about a disease, the first and the most important thing is awareness. Until and unless there is not awareness among the people, we cannot go any further. So the companies, the organizations, they can help at large by organizing awareness campaigns, having days especially for this, for example, breast cancer and other types of diseases as well. Okay? The awareness is very important. The second thing, which is very important, is to have annual, screening camps. For
Okay.
example, there are a lot of organizations that work towards arranging campaigns for diabetes, for hypertension. Okay? So we can, allot a day for breast cancer screenings as well. We can, promote the culture in our workplaces to have self-examinations and, the talk is very important. This can be only possible when the leadership is vocal about these issues. When the leadership is supportive of these issues, this will remove the stigmatization associated with talking about a particular disease. Okay? And then the third thing is, if someone is diagnosed with a cancer, we need to provide them a supportive atmosphere, a supportive environment. The organization can help at large, by providing them with flexible working hours, dealing with their emotional health, providing them counseling, being there when they need them. Even the employees, the peers, the colleagues, they can, help create a safe space for the person so that they can talk about it, they can open up, because support is very important. Okay,
Right.
the workplace itself is a mini community.
Of course.
We need to be there for each other.
Of course. And of course, if someone's family member or someone's friend get diagnosed, then it's very difficult to know as an outsider what you can do and what you can say to make the person
Exactly.
feel better. Because a lot of times, in your effort to make the other person feel better, you just make them feel worse. So, what do you think can be done for this, and what would you recommend?
Okay, so when there's someone in your family who has been diagnosed, it takes a toll not only on their physical health but emotional and the psychological health as well. Okay? Now the emotional and the psychological health we can provide the person suffering from breast cancer or any type of cancer is by being there for them. Instead of having pity over them, we need to give them hope, encouragement, help them adhere to their treatment options. ठीक है, and be there for them. सही है, सबसे पहली तो ये बात है. उसके बाद be a source of hope. खुद से हमें वो नहीं करना है because breast cancer is something that is treatable.
Right.
It is treatable. It's not a death sentence. Okay? It's not a death sentence. So the colleagues, what can the colleagues at the workplace do? They can provide a safe space, as I just mentioned earlier. They can provide a work safe place so that they can open up, share their problems. Even in financial needs, we can be there for each other. And because the breast cancer treatment, it requires going to appointments back and forth. Okay, we can help our colleagues, cope with that, cope with the workload, provide them flexible hours. That's what we can do for them.
That makes sense.
Anything else that you'd like to share with the audience that's watching, the young generation, and even the masses that are not really comprehending the severity of the disease and not going towards early detection and just keeping it hidden because it's so stigmatized. Anything that you'd like to add to it before we wrap up?
Well, the first thing is knowledge is power.
Right.
Don't just keep this thing a hidden. Now it's not a hidden thing at all. Make it public. Make it know. People should know what is breast cancer, how we can early detect it, how we can treat it early. Then all that thing is like detecting early detection is the key to the success and to the better treatment. So it's all comes with the knowledge. People should be knowing what is this, how we can do better, and just like these mini steps, they
Right.
should be promoted.
I just like to add one thing
Yes.
is to be conscious about your health. Because health is a very big blessing, and a lot of risk factors that lead to cancer are your lifestyle modifications. Okay? So we need to be conscious about our health, especially the young generation. We have time, we can invest our time and money in steps that would protect our future. Okay?
Right.
Our lifestyle modifications, our sleeping habits, our physical exercise, the diet intake. I think we need to be conscious about our health, and we need to take care of ourselves at the end of the day.
Thank God there is no adult, like really, really big adults here. Because unka point hota hai to lessen screen time. And हमारा ये नहीं है. I don't really think I understand that it's really important to not have a screen time right before you're going to bed. You should, at least an hour or two before that, you should stop having blue light. But is there any correlation with screens and screen time to cancers or diseases?
Oh, we will study the research on this.
That answer is
I think it could lead to stress, which could then
Oh
lead to
my god. I understand. Everything is, very connected.
Depends on what kind of stuff you're watching.
And it's just like everything plays a role in your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I
Right,
feel,
right.
and I think to add to what we just spoke about, we as an organization can also allow and we can also help our employees and help everyone that comes here build a safer and a more healthy lifestyle.
For sure.
And that again starts with awareness, because everyone who tends to work in a workplace has a very sedentary lifestyle.
Yes.
So
Yes. Makes sense. Well, thank you so much, Reda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maliha, and thank you so much, Fahida, for coming in. A big, thanks for the entire TEF team for coming in. Obviously, in extension to Tao as well. This inshallah will we'll be sharing this entire session with our teams, and also we'll put it up on social platforms to raise awareness. Thank you so much for coming in. It
Thank
was
you
really
so
nice meeting with you and having a chat sitting down, just conversing towards this disease, and just creating a conversation behind it.
And we look forward to carrying out further campaigns
Yes,
with
yes,
all of
for
you
sure,
in order
for
to
sure.
extend this.
For sure.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.